What is up, YouTube family? Welcome back to Alex Fishing, and today I just want to show you guys my soft plastics. Now I have 8 more packs in there that I don't use. I'm selling them. So these are just all my current soft plastics. So I have this case here, which I recently put my plastics in here, so I can carry all my plastics besides all my plastics that I use when I'm fishing. So this is basically a waist pack. It goes around your waist and it just sits there right in front of you. So I have plastics in here, and then I have some terminal tools and stuff like that. And then here in my backpack, I have these 2 side pouches. Both have plastics in them. These are, they're both Zoom. I have about 50 packs of Zoom baits, maybe 45 or something like that of Zoom baits. And these are my trick worms and finesse worms, and these are my brush hogs, baby brush hogs, mini brush hogs. And yeah, so I'm going to start out with the Zoom stuff, and then I'm just going to go there and stuff like that. You'll get it. So I have the finesse worms and then the trick worms, because the trick worms bags are longer, so they'll stand out and I can find them easier. If the finesse worms, because the backlight's usually facing me, and so I'll see all this stuff. These are the finesse worms in pumpkin. Finesse worms in green pumpkin. That's a brand new pack. I brought that a couple days ago. Finesse worms in watermelon seed, or watermelon, and then this is finesse worms in watermelon candy. Finesse worms in I have no idea what, I think it's like a June bug color. The package is wrong. I put these in different. There's only like 10 of these in this one. Finesse worms, or Magnum finesse worms in watermelon red. Finesse worms in summer crawl. And 4 finesse worms in chartreuse. Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm flipping these over so they're easier to put back when I'm done. Pretty sure, yep, that's all of them. Alright, now the trick worms. Trick worms in pumpkin. This is my pumpkin is my favorite color because it works in dirty. For me, it works in dirty and clear water. So that's why I love it. So does green pumpkin, but I like just pumpkin better. It works better for me. Trick worms in pumpkin. Trick worms in green pumpkin red. Trying to straighten out the worms so they're nice and they're not kinked up and stuff. There we go. Trick worms in bait fish. These ones have purple tint to them because I accidentally I made the mistake of mixing them with some purple worms, which got them tainted with other colors. Straighten these out. Alright. Trick worms and bait fish, like I said. Trick worm, or the swamp crawlers in natural blue. These are basically a thin, really old style trick worm. They're thinner and they're really old. This is 25 of them, but this has got to be at least 15 years old, 10, 15 years old. Because it was in a paper, had a paper cover, and then it had like a plastic bag that you just opened up, and it wasn't resealable or anything, so it was pretty old. And then we have the trick worms in black grape. That's really going to be good for some really, really dirty ponds and stuff. This is U-tails in red shad, and then I have a couple packs of different baits in here. U-tails and red shad. Some super flukes. There's many. I think there's like a watermelon seed in here. There's a pearl. There's a pearl blueback, and there's a smoke. And there's 2 types. There's the paddle tail types, and then there's the normal fluke types. And then here I have some centipedes, some Zoom centipedes in a watermelon seed and pumpkin, and then I also have 2 pumpkin colored tubes in there. And then here, like I said, the baby brush hogs and brush hogs. Let's get right to it. Baby brush hogs and pumpkin. Now this here is like 2 packs of them because I bought 1 pack and only had like 9 left from that pack, and they were getting, I lose them pretty quickly because the fish just love these things. And so I bought another pack, and now, and there's 12 a pack, so this is like 21 in here. 21, but anyway, baby brush hogs, pumpkin, baby brush hogs, and watermelon candy. Those were pretty good. Baby brush hogs and pumpkin pearl. So this is just pearl and pumpkin mix. There's only like 6 of these in there, or 5, whatnot. So baby brush hogs bullfrog. There's a good amount in there too. Probably 15, 17. Tiny brush hogs and green pumpkin. I want to show you guys these. You guys know what baby brush hogs and brush hogs are, but look how small those things are. I mean, that's just incredibly tiny. I mean, that's just tiny little baby brush hogs, or tiny brush hogs. So I guess these will be pretty good for finesse or something. Or, you know, bluegill or tiny bass. And then here's the normal brush hogs. These are the brush hogs in pumpkin. Again, you guys know I love pumpkin. Brush hogs in watermelon red. These are pretty much like basically a darker pumpkin is what I think of them as. But I don't know. These probably work pretty good too. I don't use the brush hogs a lot. I use baby brush hogs a little bit more. These are super hogs and green pumpkins. Brush hogs without the little arms and a little bit shorter. Green pumpkin's good for darker ponds, dirty ponds. These are the brush hogs in natural blue. Brush hogs in black sapphire. Brush hogs in Alabama craw. Brush hogs in gold pumpkin. And last but not least, brush hogs in black ruby. Let me hurry up and stuff these in because that pile was falling over. Alright. So that's that. I'm going to slide these out of the way to get to the other. Okay, these are my other plastics. Give me a sec. Alright, just making sure the camera's still rolling. Didn't want to do this without the camera on. So, these are my other hat packs. Like I said, I have the waist pouch, so it just goes right around here and sits there. Have the Tournament Series double dip tubes. I'm not really going to go into the color. Well, I'm just going to, you can see the company. I'm just going to say the color. These are double dip tubes in brown coral gold flake. Bitsy tubes, green pumpkin. Single tail grubs, milky salt and pepper, 5-inch. And the same thing, 4-inch. Floating salt impregnated worms, watermelon seed. Zinkers, watermelon white. And salt bango, watermelon red, purple flake. And these are some custom baits I had made. Again, let me do something for a sec here. Forgot to do this. Alright. Next we have the Bruiser Baits little paddle tail minnows. I'm going to buy a few more of these soon. These work really good. Yum Dingers, or I'm not going to say the company like I said. Well, it says on the back, never mind. Yum Dinger 4-inch Carolina Pumpkin Chartreuse. Trick sticks in like a bait fish. Rojos and Rojo cane sticks and like a June bug. Yum Dingers 7-inch Alabama Craw. I think, no, not Alabama Craw. Something. Alabama Blue, maybe? I don't remember. Sorry, guys. It's like a blue and green. It has like blue with a couple green pumpkin patches. Baby pack craw, green pumpkin. This, I want to show you this too. I mean, it's a crawl bait, you guys know that, but I found a jig head at the lake, and I think if you guys want to have a lot of luck with these, put a little jig head on them, little ponds, jig them up and down, looks like a little crawl, or swim looks like a crawl, but I would swim it about a foot and let it drop and then hop it a little bit, all sorts of different stuff. So this is like a little quarter ounce jig head, maybe 3/8 ounce, probably 3/8. All right. Some no idea. Oh, the Yum Woolly Bullies green pumpkin neon. And they wouldn't fit all in the bag. The bag is not sealed, so let's put them in a plastic bag behind it. Like a crawl style bait. Alright. The trick sticks, 5-inch trick sticks. Green pumpkin on one side, watermelon or June bug on the other. Same thing in Alabama Crawl color. These are the Tequila Sunrise. Hold on. Does not say the type. They're power bait Tequila Sunrise jig tail worms, like a little curl tail. 4-inch. Those work good in dark ponds, like 2-foot visibility ponds. Some Pocket Series Pocket Craw, Louisiana River Craw. And they release bubbles when they're fished, so they draw attention. Then we got some. Cannot see what they're river bugs, watermelon orange, 4 1/4 inch. And then here's an empty bag. Here we have some. These are custom baits as well. Mr. Twister 3-inch mini tail grubs. Mr. Twister Sassy Shads, and don't know, Chartreuse Pearl Green Back, I think. And then here we have the solid body tubes, Archie solid body tubes. Now these even though they're little bitty crappie jigs, crappie tubes. I mean, they work fabulous for the bass. I caught like a 2-pounder on one, almost had a 3-pounder, but it got off. They're just a little blue on the front, white skirt on the back. These little bitty things will work really good. You just, like, for finesse fishing with them, you just jig them up and down on a little jig head. And these work great for bass, bluegill, anything. So that is all my plastics. As you can see, I have a bunch, but I use plastics basically all throughout the summer. That's all I use all summer is mainly plastics, and then I'll use some top water a little bit, but mainly plastics is what I use all summer long. Because the crank in the summer for me, and like half the fall, because summer for me is it's a lot of weeds on the lake, and crankbait, you pull up a bunch of weeds every time. Top water, the lake I fish is pretty open. I don't know how big it is, but it's a pretty open lake, so the wind it's pretty windy at the lake usually most of the time, so you can't fish top water a lot, only in like the mornings and evenings. And the fall, the weeds haven't gone yet. So thanks for watching, guys. And I fish plastics year round pretty much, but like I'll fish them in spring and stuff, and when on the spawn, I'll fish them on the beds. Obviously, that's what you gotta do. And then I pretty much starting at the spawn until end of September, end September, early October is when I'll fish plastics almost like 95% of the time. Now in the post spawn, I'll use square bills for a little bit, but that's it. That's the only exclusion. So thanks for watching, guys, and see you next time.